Hi guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. On this channel we do really simple crochet tutorials, and in this video we'll be creating this really simple sunflower coaster, and I am working on a written pattern for this as well. So if you wanted to follow along with me, go ahead and grab your crochet hook and we can get started. So to start with this project, we will be working into a magic ring. So I will make an X with my yarn and then pull through the loose end. And then I'm also using a 3.75 millimeter for this project and just 4 weight yarn. And then into this magic ring, we will be doing 6 single crochets. I'll just pull up the loop and chain 1. And then I'll start counting from the second one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, 2, 4, 6. And then I'll pull on the loose end to tighten. And then we will slip stitch into that first one that we made. We should have this to start. And then we can chain 1. At the start of every row, we'll be chaining 1. And then now we'll be working 2 into each one, and I don't count this chain as part of that. So I'll do 2 into this very same stitch. 1, 2, and then 2 into the next one, and just 2 into every stitch all the way around, so that at the end we have 12. And that's the end of the second row. So I'm going to just pull this and slip stitch into the first one here. So I have 2 rows, and then chain 1, start the next row, and I will be doing just 1 into this next one, and then 2 into the following, 1 into the following, 2 into the following. So we're doing a pattern of 1, 2, 1, 2 all the way around. And since we started with a pattern of 1, we should end with 2 in the last stitch. And then I will be slip stitching into the first one, and then chaining 1, and we're on to row 4. Single crochet in the first 2, and then a double, and then 2 singles into the next one. 1, 1, and then 2. 1, 1, and 2. Slip stitch into the first one again, chain 1, and then we're on to row 5. I think we'll end up doing maybe 7 or 8 rows. So we're just going to continue that pattern. So now for this one, I will be going into each one for the first 3. So just 1, 1, 1, and then 2 into the next one. And 1, 1, 1, 2 into the next one. Now we're getting a little bit of a pointed edge here. So what I can do in the next row is just switch up what I'm doing first to counteract that so that we're not putting the doubles into do the same spot every time, and that'll get rid of the points. So I'm on 3. And then slip stitching into the first one again. So we're done with row 5. And then chain 1 as always. For this row we can switch the order. So we'll be doing 2 into the first one. It's 1, 2, and then we should be single crochet into the next 4. And then our increase should be right here. So there should be 4 single crochets in between each increase. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then our increase will be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase right here. And then we should end with a single crochet because we started with an increase. So that's correct. Slip stitch into the first one that we did. And I believe that's row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. So it should be whatever row you're on minus 2 should give your increase amount, or your single crochets in between each increase. So you don't count the first 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're on the 7th row. So I have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my increase. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my increase. Last increase, I will slip stitch here and then do the opposite. So last row I started with 1s, so now I'll start this very last row with an increase. So chain 1, do an increase here, and then we'll do 6 in between each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and an increase. And this will be our last single crochet row. Okay, so I have my yellow. And for a color change, I'm going to just insert my hook, grab my color, and pull it through. And just pull it through both. So make sure to tighten both sides. Chain 1 here. And now we can start on the flower portion. So I ended up doing a little bit of trial and error here, and I'm seeing that this is what works best for the petal. So what I did, slip stitching into the next one so I can start my new petal, chain 3, a double crochet into that same space, pull yarn over, double crochet, and then a double crochet into this next space, and then a treble crochet, Go yarn over twice, pull over through two, and then through two. So that's your treble. Chain 1, go back into this space, and then pull through 2, and that should give you your point. And then you're going to do a double crochet into that same space. So it should look like this. And then double crochet into the following space. And then chain 2 and slip stitch into that same space. Okay. So this ends up giving you this petal. So I'll do that again. To the following space, I will be slip stitching, and then 3, chain 3, double crochet into that same space, double crochet into the following space, treble crochet into the same space, 3, chaining, going back into this little space here, pull up a loop and pull through 2. This is going to be the point, and then double crochet into this space again, double crochet into the next space, and then chain 2 and slip stitch into that same space. Okay, that makes sense. So this is what the petals are starting to look like, and it does take up 3 spaces for each petal. I think I'm liking how that's looking, so I'll do it one more time and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into the same space here, and then double crochet into the following space right here, treble crochet into the same space, 2, 3, chain, go into this space right here, loop a loop and pull through, double crochet again, double crochet into the following space, and then chain 2 and slip stitch into the same space. So this is what it's looking like so far, each of the petals. And then I'm going to keep doing that same pattern until I reach the end. So I'm finishing up the last petal, and I think it's looking good. And it fit perfectly actually. So I am just finishing up the last stitch. Chain 2, and then I'll just do the final slip stitch into that very first one. Finish it up, and then I'll be taking through the back. So that we can cut off here. This is the finished product. Let me know if you'd want to see a written pattern for this sunflower. This is a perfect size for a coaster, and I'm pretty sure you could scale it to make different things like keychains and then or pillows. Let me know if you'd like to see more of that, and I will see you in the next one.